And welcome to the TheGeeksAttic, guys. Here we are with Attack of the Clones, just like the Phantom Menace commentary slash watch along live video. Here I am once again for episode 2, Attack of the Clones. No visuals will be shown of the film. No audio will be heard from the film because I don't want those copyright strikes. So I am on Disney Plus right now. I'm gonna hit play for Attack of the Clones. And maybe some of you will pop in, maybe some of you won't, as I do this live stream. So on the word go, after the 3, 2, 1 countdown, I will hit play on Disney Plus. So 3, 2, 1, go. Just hit play. So now I'm not expecting a big audience today because The Rise of Skywalker is in theaters. A lot of you are probably at the theater, or maybe not. We'll see. So the 20th Century Fox logo is up. And now the Lucasfilm Limited logo is up. So, ready for that crawl to a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. What up, Rob? Welcome back. And Star Wars, it just hit. Now, this isn't full screen for some reason on my end, and afraid to mess with it. So I'm not going to. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. You know what the heck? Okay, everything's good. Crawl is now going live. There's unrest in the Galactic Senate. Great. This is one of my least favorite Star Wars movies ever. So we've got Rob. What are you doing? Huh? You gonna watch this with me? So Senator Amidala, the former queen of Naboo, she's no longer the queen. I'm sure all of you that are going to watch this will already know all of this stuff. The Jedi are overwhelmed. The Army of the Republic. I've got my beverage here to drink. Does nobody want to watch Attack of the Clones again? Probably not. All right. Nice little shot coming in at Coruscant. I think I might have said this little story in my last video, but maybe not. One time I went to this bagel shop to try to order a croissant. The word wasn't coming to me, so I ordered a Coruscant. The guy just looked at me funny. Chuckled to myself and just pretended it never happened. Stryker, what's going on? Welcome back. All right, flying over the clouds. That cool Naboo ship, all shiny. Like a big mirror. I like the way the engine sound on that. It's pretty cool. And for some reason, the graphics look so nice and sleek on here. Naboo starfighters over there in the background. Now, I don't know that many random little facts about this movie. I like how those starfighters just kind of hover. That's pretty neat. I can't remember the guy's name that has the one eye patch. He's like Panaka's replacement. Yeah, of course, not really looks nice in the beginning. It sure does. Whoa, big explosion. And the green droid that was in the other Naboo starfighters dead. Or it's not really dead. What would you say? Just obliterated. I don't know if this decoy was in episode 1. I don't recognize her face at all. She had no shoes on. Blast knocked her shoes off. Does anybody else find it funny that like she's a senator, but yet she goes off and does all this fighting? Can you imagine our like the senators in the U.S. going out and doing battle? I can't. You just saw Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. What'd you think, Stryker? Without doing any spoilers, I saw it yesterday. I actually enjoyed it. Hmm. Senator Palpatine talking to the Jedi. Wonder if he felt uncomfortable in this scene, just being surrounded by all these Jedi, like the best Jedi. The dark side clouds everything. I love everything that has to do with the dark side. It's meh. Yeah, I understand. Senators in the U.S. are way too cowardly for that. They sure are. Don't like to get too political on social media anymore. Everybody's got their opinion, and it just always leads to negativity. Are the blinking lights too much in the background? See, Amidala's hair, or Padme's hair, not Amidala, looks so weird in this scene. Just like big headset thing on the back of her head. It kind of looks like the helmet that we just saw from the Rise of Skywalker. That lady that was wearing like the purple and gold, that gold helmet just kind of went way far into the back. That's what her hair looks like right now. Your little sister loved it. Yeah, my wife liked it too. I'd like to see it again. I mean, of course it's got its flaws. What movie doesn't? But kind of JJ had a hard time with it because I mean, look at The Last Jedi. It led to nowhere. They definitely should have had a plan in place. Oh, sly old Palpatine. Sheev. I guess Legends he never had a name. At least not that I'm aware of. I've never heard anybody talk about it. It's always just been Palpatine. I do like to refer to him as Darth Sidious, though. The Anakin, that horrible hairdo, and then Obi-Wan with his mullet. It's funny, all those memes that always float around with Obi-Wan looking like Jesus. It's pretty funny. A lot of people didn't like Hayden Christensen. I guess I'm saying that right, as Anakin, but I thought he did good. With this whole prequel trilogy, a lot of people like to give the actors a hard time when George just wasn't really that good of a director. Jar Jar. He's so happy to see them. And it's like here in the U.S., our politics are bad. You see who we have in office with all the Senate and stuff. They've got Jar Jar. Can't imagine how Naboo feels about that. Thought he did fine. Yeah, Hayden does a good job. Always be the little boy I knew on Tatooine. Burn. Hey, mad. Bad dialogue? Yes. Bad dialogue. Some of the worst dialogue, I think, is from episode 3. The whole elevator shaft scene. Ugh. But we'll talk about that when I do one of these videos for that film. Does Anakin count as a Palpatine? I don't know. I would think so. But was it verified that Palpatine created Anakin? Because I thought that they did that in like the new canon. They made a comic book that had him created, but then the author came out and was like, "Oh no, that's not really true. It's just kind of a vision of some sort." It's like, why back out of that? People, they need to make up their minds and stick to the decisions that they make. Naboo citizen, who the hell put Jar Jar in charge of our planet? Yeah, yeah. Maybe the Gungans' population was bigger. Even they didn't like him. He's a bustin' with happiness. Yeah, I'm waiting to see a glimpse of his. It's like Jar Jar has a necklace on that looks like the one that Anakin gave Padme in Episode 1. It's pretty similar, I think, or is it just a? See, that looks, the digital looks pretty bad on that. It looks like a video game. I can't tell if that was a necklace or just a design on the shirt. Ugh. And we're getting up to one of my least favorite things in this show. Sorry. Jango Fett passes those little centipede things over. Quiet as a tomb. She covered the cameras. Of course she would, you pervert. Got R2 in there. You just say he's not recording you sleep. Trust me. Oh yeah, Obi-Wan just kind of shuts him down. The music that is coming up too is my least favorite. It's got the electric guitar. On my playlist, I usually uncheck that one, so it always just skips over. I just can't stand electric guitar in Star Wars. It's like, I never saw Game of Thrones, but I've heard the music. I think that one has an electric guitar playing, right? Doesn't make sense. Sorry. Woo. Getting choked up here. Being around her is intoxicating. Yeah, politicians not to be trusted. Here come the little worms. These little lasers open up the window. And plop, plop. Ugh. I hate bugs. Worst things. So nasty. It's like those things just like smell flesh and just seek it out. See R2-D2 waking up. Goes back to sleep. Did he hear them crawling, or does R2 have the force and sensed them? So they're talking about Palpatine. He feels like he's a good man. Obi-Wan's like, no, don't think so. burst in the room with a lightsaber. I mean, it's a good thing she didn't wake up when he brought that blade right across her face. He just bursts through the window, grabs the droid, and then he flies through. One of my least favorite scenes now. The whole flight through Coruscant on the droid. The music is annoying. Ugh. Whoop. Hanging onto it with one hand. Anakin steals the speeder bike. Or not a bike, the speeder. Yellow. The Coruscant traffic at night is pretty rough. Man, can you imagine falling off of that little droid? That would suck. Send me gummy worms. I like gummy worms. As soon as they start twitching, though, ugh, I'm out. Jedi pancake. Yep. Zam Wessel getting her rifle out. Obi-Wan's just looking with his mouth hanging wide open. Like, that's pretty funny. And he falls. Her speeder looks pretty cool. It reminds me of something, though, that I've seen before, like when I was a kid, like in some cartoon. Can't recall what exactly. Maybe Space Ghost? You might remember Space Ghost. Sorry. Get a tickle in my throat. Makes me cough. I'm going to look up Space Ghost and see about that ship. Nope. Oh, definitely not. Huh. And some of the stuff's pretty cool in this scene, but just I find the music so annoying. Yeah, scratch that whole Space Ghost thing. That ship has nothing. It looks nothing like that. Pull up, Anakin. He's just laughing. Don't like it when you do that. So how often do they do stuff like this? Man, I've never been to New York City. That's a pretty big city. I can't imagine going to Coruscant. I mean, I've been to Chicago. It's pretty big. Oh, little blaster brought up some. Uh-oh. What in the world just happened? Uh-oh. There we go. Lost the film. Oh, glitched. Slow down a minute. What's going on? Sorry, it's still playing, but it's kind of lagging a little bit. See, that's the thing I hate about streaming. Oh, he went that way. The thing I don't like is that they kept saying like who he is. It's like they were like really pushing like, oh, we're throwing him off. It's like we get it. She's flying through some tunnel. Very video game like. Takes off her mask. It's like, oh, it's the woman. Now they're waiting. Well, you've lost him. If He'll excuse. I hate it when he does. Does he say that here in a second? I hate it when he does it. I hate it when he does that. How often does somebody just go? Let's go drive down Coruscant and jump out of a speeder. They must have had a crazy time together, Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's funny how he's like holding on to the front of it and then leaps across to grab the other side. Whoa. Getting it close there. Oh, she changed into that lizard thing. Does he lose his lightsaber here? Because I can't. Yeah, he does. And then Kenobi catches it. That's right. Nice catch, Kenobi. That's the one thing I really didn't like. That was it. This movie, he loses his lightsaber, and then he gets another one. He's like, "Oh, not again," or something like that. So it's like his saber keeps getting replaced. So it kind of takes away some of that the specialness of the one that Luke gets. Is because it's like, was that? How long was that really Anakin's blade? Whoop! Boom! Well, that was not a good looking scene. There's like a Bith right there. Walking around. They're not on the ground level. They can't be. It's not ghetto enough. Running through the city. All sorts of aliens. A lot of humans. If I ever went into like Star Wars, like real life land, I'd probably go to Naboo. It's a pretty cool place. Well, never mind. No, they've got Gungans and put Jar Jar in the Senate. See, in this scene, he's like telling Anakin, "Don't lose your saber." It's like his chin looks like it was cut short, like it was digitally replaced or something. It's weird. I think there's another scene later on where that happens. Yeah, it's your robot football. There's the pod race going on over there, which looked like a video game. Was that the actual video game that came out that they just had playing in the background? Like they show Star Wars football. There you go. Yeah, the horse races. Yep. A lot of ladies walking around, revealing clothing. Some Rhodians in the back. Some other weirdos. Looks like a Nemoidian in the back with the eyes and the mouth covering. Just went home to go rethink his life. Death sticks guy. You want some death sticks? So you wonder why they didn't call it just like spice sticks or something. It's funny. My wife, when we were watching The Rise of Skywalker, there's a mention of spice. She's like, "What is spice?" Like, it's drugs. There was Ahmed Best, the guy who played Jar Jar, right there in the bar. I think Anthony Daniels was there too. I think I missed that. Oh yeah, and the club scene. Yeah. Who hired you? Up, right in the throat. Django takes off. It's weird that the changeling is like big, but when it was human form, it was small. It's weird. Jedi Temple. Here we are. Some new faces in there. Anybody know that snake guy back there? What is his name? The facial hair. Jingo had the perfect opportunity to kill Padme. Yeah, while Anakin and Obi-Wan were chasing Zen. Exactly. It's his fault. He even told her, like, don't screw this up. And he screwed up. I mean, heck, why not just take out the Jedi? Sure, he had multiple darts. Jango just wasn't thinking. I like everything with Palpatine. Darth Sidious. His chair in his office looks just like the throne room chair. Sure, that was intentional design. What if that was the chair? He's like, I need that in my office on the Death Star. Even more powerful than Master Yoda. This is what I think would have been cool in the next movie if Yoda went after Anakin. It's supposed to be more powerful than him. Yeah, take out the Jedi real smart. Jango would have 10,000 Jedi looking for her. That's true, too. If the prophecy is true, it'll bring balance. So I still think after, the 9 movies now, that I still have issues of Anakin being the chosen one. I don't think he was. I don't think the prophecy was told right. Because they say that a couple times. Like, if the prophecy is true. And it's like, I was going to mention one of the canon books. Sorry, my chair might squeak. I'm trying to rearrange myself here. The one of the Thrawn books. Hopefully, I don't spoil this for people, but I'm gonna say something after I cough. Sorry, I should mute the mic. Sorry, geez. There are these navigators in Thrawn's ship that basically use the Force to guide them as they travel through hyperspace. And the name translated, I can't remember what they were called, but the translation was Skywalkers. So it was like a cool little like reveal, but it never led to anything. So I don't know if that's ever going to come back or not, but thought that might have been a cool, like some sort of tie-in to Anakin somehow, but they never went with it. So I don't know. We just thought her hair in this scene, she's packing her suitcase, looks like a TIE fighter. Like her head is a TIE fighter. And I wonder if that was supposed to be like the goal. I was like, oh, hey, let's give her a TIE fighter head. And she's talking to him like he's still a little boy. Don't try to grow up too fast. Okay. You're 14 and you ruled a planet. Ooh, don't look at me like that. It makes me uncomfortable. And he smirks. Sorry, my lady. And stares at her again. Funny if his eyes went down real quick. There's another ship that looks kind of like a Twinkie. This one's silver. The interior's red. Oh, yeah, she's gonna cry. Big baby. I'm worried about you. It kind of sucks. Don't do anything unless you come to me first. Anakin's poncho looks a little rugged there. Big stain on it. That's funny. I'm getting over a cold. Really wanted to do this video though. Probably should have done it at another time. R2 with us. Those ships look pretty cool. Those big transport ships. It looked like it had graffiti on the side. And here we have that goofy diner scene with the waitress. What in the world? Another waitress is like doing something to her dress. Pulled it up. Cup of Jawa juice. Just what is that? Like they get a Jawa and they blend it up in a blender and or a juicer. Well, here you go. The production crew must have really liked Twinkies. I think so. That's 2 ships now. The Phantom Menace and this one. There's that same guy. Like, hey Chad, you got that? Can you bring me your Twinkie? Spray paint it silver and throw it in there. Little pieces of green tape so that it has the green screen. This dude must have had a shady past. Dex. And I remember in the Clone Wars, there's one of this species is a Jedi. He looks pretty cool. That was a pretty good arc. I can't remember what it was called. I believe that there's a main character in Twilight Company, the novel, with a guy for fighting in the Republic. That's his species. There's Doug. Cloners. How big your pocketbook is. Pocketbook. See, just the way he says it's just so shady. But he laughs. Look at that library. I have a hard time taking her serious as like a Jedi. I don't know. It's just like one of the comic books, the new ones, the new canon. She fights. That doesn't exist. She has such an attitude. Be nice if when he found that information that he does later, comes up to her and is like, hey, look, it exists. Man, this is rough. The audio in this part, they're eating their lunch on the ship, always sounded weird in the theaters. I remember that. The prequel memes. Oh yeah, man, like every other clip in the prequels is a meme. Umbra arc, that's right. Journal Pong Krell. Thank you. Little pervy Anakin. Making her uncomfortable again. That Jedi has a goofy head. Look at one of those dinosaurs. I think I was muted there for a while. Gosh, having a hard time, guys. Hey, G-Class, I found it. My Padawan kills you in 3 years. Perfect. It's like, thank you, Yoda, for calling me out in front of all these kids. Hey, thank you for joining me, Striker. Appreciate it. Have a good evening or day, depending on where you are in the world. Smart kid. I like the music in this scene. Those maps are pretty cool. It's not a marble. That first kid deserves the rest of the class to stay off. Yeah, he sure does. I don't think Yoda's the kind of guy that would let anybody go. Tyrion Naboo. Beautiful scene. One of the spaceport. Was there a ship there that was familiar? Or that's later on. You see like those YT freighters. See, I wasn't the youngest queen ever elected. Did you really do it? Well, I guess she did an all right job. She didn't sign the treaty. What are Anakin's thoughts on Jar Jar? We never got those, did we? full scale war since the formation of the Republic. That would have been cool to see on screen. It's funny how this new queen looks nothing like the rest of the people that we've seen from Naboo. Like, she's obviously a different race, but it's just funny that there's no one else around that looks like her. Oh, Anakin's not a Jedi yet. He's only a Padawan. But I was thinking... That pissed me off, too. Oh, Anakin feels like an idiot. That's embarrassing. So interesting, those rings that just float there. I would hate to go to Camino. See, some of these shots look really good, and some of them don't. Like the CG when he just came in, the water did not look that great. I should not have done this when I was feeling a little under the weather. Look at this lady, her tall neck, funky nose. The eyes look really cool. See, it would have been cool to see one of these guys again in one of the newer movies. Wonder if we'll see them in one of the Mandalorian episodes. Yeah, just because somebody in the Mandalorian, if you haven't seen, there's like he's wearing a Camino patch or something. Be cool if one of these guys showed up. Did you ever watch the deleted scenes of this movie? I did, like one time, which was a long time ago, so I really don't remember much about it. Obi-Wan knew I should have brought an umbrella. Yeah. It's funny that they have no idea who he is, but they think they know. He's just so confused. Sifo Dyas. We learn a lot more about him in a new canon book. Dooku Jedi Lost. The audio play. I enjoyed that. It was pretty cool. And that's available now in hardback too. Hey Rob, are you a fan of the new canon stuff? Are you like a real, like, do you really like the new stuff? Do you read the new books? I don't think I've asked you that before. That's why I'm here. Liar. Another cool shot on Naboo. They pull up in their little funny looking boat. Her dress is like the same color as her boat. I hate is the sand scene. The famous sand scene is coming up. I don't like sand. He has a point. Don't blame him for hating this. Sort of. You've read two Battlefront books. None of the comics, though. I'm really far behind now in the comics. It gets overwhelming because they release so many. I was buying issue to issue, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the trades to come out. And then it gets to the point where there's multiple trades that come out in a month, and it's like $20 per trade. Like, gosh, it adds up so much. It's like $60 a month when these things come out. If I got to play catch up, it's gonna take a long time to get there. I thought about just discontinuing the comics and focus on the books. Oh, now they're kissing. It's funny because Padme was just like, "Stop looking at me. You're creepy," and shouldn't have done that. Now it's just like super awkward between them. All those clones. It's a lot of clones. It's very impressive. That's right, Kenobi. It's very impressive. Did you enjoy those two Battlefront books there, Rob? Which one did you like better? I wonder what those Camino aliens are called. I don't even know what those are. Just Caminoans. See, there's the patch. Now I recognize it. The arm patch that the cloner has on in the Mandalorian. Twilight Company was better. Inferno Squad didn't have enough action. Yeah, Twilight Company I think is underrated. It's a fantastic book. And one of the coolest things you might know this already. I don't recognize names all too well, but I remember you from the last live stream. That's why I want to do these, is so I could get to know you guys better and remember these names. But yeah, I'm on the back of Inferno Squad. A little snippet of my review. Never expected that to happen ever. This is a pretty cool scene. Goes out on the balcony. All of them marching. It's awesome. See those? Now we're back on Naboo, and there's those big bloated things that look like swollen ticks. See, she just said something about the Senate program. I remember them mentioning that in the Leia novel, the YA Leia book. You did see the courage. Thank you. Thank you. Hope I could do that, achieve something like that again sometime. See what Anakin's saying here about the politics is so true, but you know what? That's never going to happen anywhere in the world, in the galaxy. A dictator. The Sith Lord, maybe. Oh, they're falling in love. running through the meadow. Oh, Anakin comes up riding on one of those swollen ticks. I'm just going to call them the swollen ticks. Sounds like an angry cow. It would have been funny, though, if it really did give Anakin like a black eye. Oh, rolling around. That field must not have chiggers. Yeah, those little bugs that might get in your skin and make you itchy. It's a dangerous word to say. See, the water in that part looked pretty cool. Little Boba Fett. Now, there's a kid actor that I don't think did very well as this guy. Yep. Everybody gave hate to the kid that played Anakin, but nobody gave this guy any hate. So weird. It's pretty crazy how white like the rooms are. They're kept so clean. His shirt, Django's shirt, looks pretty comfortable. Simple man. Sorry, again. I think in the book they actually fight a little and Anakin punches her in the face. Yeah. Anakin punching her in the face. I haven't read the novelization for this one yet. So Jango Fett apparently was not Mandalorian. That's according to what? Dave Filoni? A pleasure to meet a Jedi. He calls him Dad. She said, "What is it, me? What is it, old me?" Boom. You don't sound well. Yeah. Under the weather. Keep muting the microphone, coughing. It's a mistake to do this right now. I was feeling fine earlier, but nighttime approaches just get worse. Oh, steals her food. A CGI pear. Isn't it funny if, like, when he's pushing it back to her, he like accidentally pushed a little too hard and just smacked her right in the face. Ooh, yeah. Rob, did you hear Matt? Matt, did you hear what Rob just said? He gave up on seeing the Rise of Skywalker to be here. That happened to a lot of folks that watched episode 9. We get sick. So I thought the Rise of Skywalker wasn't too bad. The Last Jedi was awful. Critics score is completely opposite with The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Oh, we're in the dark room with the fire and the fireplace, and Anakin's expressing himself. He's haunted by the kiss. You're in my very soul. This is probably when George should have had like a woman write some dialogue for relationship stuff. Come on. Tell him, man. Tell him. It is forbidden. Get your text about, yes, about Monday, Matt. I don't think I responded much. Some crazy stuff go down today as well. Yeah, I will try to make that. That sounds like a lot of fun. See, she wants to like dress all way she is, and then just to tease him and be like, "Oh, we can't do anything." That's rude. Can you live like that? Yes, he can. Here we are in Camino. They look like little cloud cities all over the place, attached to the water, though. Put your hood on, and your robe that's just going to get soaking wet. Let's make the cockpit of his ship stink pretty bad. If this were real, Padme would just be texting the whole time. And Anakin would be playing Pod Racer on N64. That's true. It's like, when I was a kid, I used to do this in real life. Sounds good, Matt. See, why couldn't he send this message about Camino inside his ship? I guess his droid had to send it, so he had to stand outside. This speaker on R4 must have been pretty loud for him to hear through all the storm, like the rain and all that. Like all the people listening in on it. Must have been frustrating for these guys to have all this stuff going on behind their backs and have no clue. Anakin's dream about his mother. It's a cool shot. The sun coming through the clouds, bouncing off the water. The vines on that wall kind of look computer, like a CGI. Now they look real. Another nightmare last night. The Jedi don't have nightmares. We just have bad dreams. What if anybody's ever done this Padawan hairstyle in real life? Does anybody currently right now in the world have this hairstyle and think it's cool? It kind of is one of those 80s punkers type haircuts. Here comes Kenobi chasing down Jango and Boba. And it shoots a missile. I always wondered how they controlled their jetpacks. Are they just are they saying it into their helmet and all right, fire? How does it? There's switches on their gloves or something. Anakin, I had a dream about my mother, Padme. Oh my God, you're a mama's boy. And I always find it humorous when people fight people in armor. They kick them in the face and punch them like it's going to hurt them. Just hurt your hand or your foot, guys. Come on. And this scene when he's got that metal cable around his wrists. Ouch. And when he falls up, it just kicks Django and, oh, wait, not good. Flies. How did that not just slice his hands off? In this part, it always hurts thinking about it. He falls, gets caught. Django slipping. Falls again. This part right here, he's unraveling it. He throws it. And how did that not slice your fingers off? Jeez. Django's breastplate looks rubbery right there. He leans forward. It looks like it crunched up. Swinging jumps. I do that every time I walk up to one of those automatic doors. I know a lot of people probably do. Just I love that ship. Sounds cool. Looks cool. And it's so much bigger too than I always imagined it was. Another cool ship from Naboo. So shiny. Old Tatooine. Cool speeder just drove by. Music here's pretty good. Oh, Watto. See, did you shave since the last we saw you? Nope. Even worse, and you got flies around your face. This little hat, though. So, okay, he's got a necklace around. I don't remember this from the first movie. Looks like he's got a tusk on his necklace there. I wonder if that was like his tusk. The one that's broken off. Jingo bumps his head on Slave One. He did? I didn't even see that. The water doesn't look as blue this time. His beard is so gross. I wonder how bad this dude smells. Business is business. You're buying a slave and then you marry her. Huh. You look at his records. That droid that brought them in on that little cart looks over at him like, wait, am I still waiting here? Uh-oh, here we go. Geonosis. I think, right? Is this where we're going? Getting off of that little attachment to a ship again. I always thought those starfighters were good. The Jedi starfighters were really cool looking. I hate that part. We have a couple surprises for him, and the little kid's like, heh. Or Boba Fett. Seismic charges. These are cool. I like the sound of these. Pretty cool how they just break those rocks apart. Here comes another one. That was just so quiet. Then it hits you. Boom, big old shockwave coming. How he says that, just so modern. Doesn't seem to take a hint, this guy. Hey, his headpiece, very similar to the one that Padme was wearing across her whole head. Watch out! Bigger me? Say one kind of just sounds like a motorcycle. Doesn't sound like a motorcycle in that part, but that was a cool shot. Say one just coming straight towards the camera, firing. It's pretty cool stuff. Notice there's absolutely no music playing right now either. Now it just kicked in. I could be wrong. I have to pay attention to the original trilogy when we get there. Sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the music plays nonstop. Yeah, there's always music playing. Sorry. Again, sorry. I regret doing this video now. Hard to talk. Well, just released a bunch of stuff, and Kaboom! It's a big explosion. Won't be seeing him again. Mean. Boba Fett was so mean as a kid. Here we are with all those ships that remind me of E.T.'s spaceship. Which makes sense, because E.T. was in the Phantom Menace. Or his species, anyway. Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, the video game, will really make you love Jedi Starfighter. Never played it. I don't think I've even heard of that one. Assuming it was an older game. I did not like Geonosis that much. Yeah, all the Clone Wars episodes that were involved with Geonosis, didn't like them. The ship looks a little banged up. It's got the red and the green and yellow on it. Kind of reminds you of Boba Fett. Pretty cool shot. Him walking away from the ship. Oh, here we are. Lars Homestead. Moisture farming. It sounds so dull. C-3PO. I think he looks cool with the old dirty silvery. Bless my circus. Hello. Stepbrother. So that's. Look, what is that? It's not blue milk. That's red milk. Maybe they're like cannibals and they never see anybody out there. When someone comes close, they kill them, drink their blood, and eat them. Tusken Raider blood. My leg. But you don't want to give up on her, so why are you just giving up on her? Looks like a bunch of long boxes up there in the background. That's where Owen must keep all his comics. Okay, so the Jedi Starfighter was a game that came out in 2007 for PS2 and Xbox. If you have PS4, you can get it for $10, I think. The original Xbox version also works on Xbox One. Huh, you think? I'll have to look that up. I have the Xbox One, where I have played and beat Jedi Fallen Order, which was a really fun, cool game. And that's a game that I believe that both people that enjoy the canon and the expanded universe would love. Whoop, takes off on that speeder. And this scene always bothered me. It's like the sun is setting, comes through. There he is going on that speeder bike. He just looks like a green screen to me. Like when I first saw this, I was like, that just looks fake. And of course it's fake, but it just didn't go too well. The book shows how he was taken. Wow. Yeah, I need to read the novelization. The only novelization that I don't have, the only book that I do not have that I need is Revenge of the Sith. I do not have that novelization. So I gotta keep my eye open for that. It's funny, like Obi-Wan was just kind of standing there. You can imagine hearing like, okay, action. Then he took a step forward. He's inside that big building. Really not a building. What would you call it? Just a big hive thing? I don't know. Where's the security at? George being made. It's a big factory. It's cool. You get to see like the droids, like where they were, where they're being made, but also those bug things. The design is kind of like, where they got that. Just make the droids look like us a little bit. We just got a little glimpse of Dooku. Some of these shots kind of hang on a little too long. Now we sneak up into that little meeting. That one dude that has the like. Okay, hold on 1 second. Listen, they get into another weirdo with a headdress and a funny looking face. Here we go. The guy with the metal all over, and his head kind of looks like a molar tooth. So weird how he's like readjusts himself. There we go. What is that race? Dude with the flat head that's really tall. Guess that's what Immune, what Plagueis was. Been really cool to have seen Plagueis, like a Plagueis series, maybe. It'd be cool. There's like 3 moons up there. That's neat. How many moons does Tatooine have? 2 suns and looks like 3 moons. There could be some more. Weird lizard dogs fighting over a bone. Now he's in the hut, finds his mother, who's all cut up, tied to some wood. Where'd they get that wood? We haven't seen wood in this movie. On Tatooine. So somewhere there's some trees. This scene is pretty sad. You kind of wonder, did she even know? Like, did she aware of him being there? Or did maybe she think it was just like a vision, like a dream? This had to have scarred Anakin too. She never got to say "I love you." It was just like she was trying, but didn't happen. Obi-Wan, it's Saruman. Nope, and she just died. Oh, here comes the rage. The fear led to anger. Anger is turning into hate. I love that music right here when he turns. He's just like gets pissed. Slice, decapitation. Never noticed the decapitation part. Boom, and then cuts. It'd been nice to have seen a little bit more action there. Never understood that part. Like Yoda's listening in, where it's like focusing, meditating, and you hear Lars like scream no. Pain, suffering, death. Something terrible has happened. When he says something has happened, do you think he's mentioning just Anakin lost his mother, or Anakin killed a bunch of sand people? What was the terrible combination of both? R4 is red and silver. What color droid would you have? If you could build your own R2 unit, what colors would you choose? Then the pizza guy shows up at the Tuscan Village. Yeah, somebody owes me $99.50. What was the price from Home Alone? And he's like, somebody owes me was it 120, 120, something. I can't remember. Green and black. That would be a cool combination. I don't know what colors I would choose. I think a matte black would look cool with maybe some yellow. We might make it look like a bee. Like a matte black with like a little bit of purple and a little bit of green in it. That'd be kind of neat. Look like that. What is that monster truck, the Gravedigger? Don't know why I know that. There was always an awkward scene too. Anakin shows up with the body, and everybody just kind of like watches and just puts their head down. I understand, like, yeah, they're sad, but like, don't you think old Lars would have been like, no? This scene was always cool too because it was like, oh wow, that's where it all started. Because you get that technology that all looked like it did back in A New Hope. Couldn't save her. You know you could have. If only you knew Plagueis. He was never the most powerful Jedi, though. Padme, who was that he was holding? That was his mother, lady. I killed them. Killed them all. Understandable. I mean, they killed your mom. But the women and the children. A lot of people hate them because they just ruin everything. Right? They're called raiders for a reason. Yeah, raiders had it coming. I mean, who wouldn't do the same? This is random, but for some reason, Lars reminds me of, is it Walter from The Big Lebowski? In this scene, I just imagine him going on some rant about, like, Nam. The Vietnam War. We don't see these tombstones anywhere else in any other movie, I don't think, do we? Because I don't remember. It's been such a long time since I've watched all these movies. Comes R2. Oh, look. R2, what the F are you doing here? Told you to stay with the ship. The chairs in that ship that they're in right now look uncomfortable. There's Bail Organa. Uh-oh. Wait. Pew, pew, pew. And the droid comes into full frame and stops. I've never really understood how the holograms work. Holocom, whatever they're called. It's like, oh, either full body or just partial. What are they seeing of Anakin and Padme there? Because they know where to turn and where to look. Can't remember if the book said who those other tombstones were, but no, we don't see them again. Thank you. Could have been Lars's first wife, maybe. See, like my brain is just malfunctioning right now. Were Owen and Anakin half brothers, or just step brothers? Like through the marriage. She didn't have another baby, did she, with Lars? That alien with the three eyes and the big teeth, who sounds kind of like a cow. It's freaky. Hmm. See, little easy, cheap mind games they play on Jar Jar Binks right there. If only Padme were here to make this vote. Count Dooku. Traitor. I hate that name. Dooku? Like doo-doo? Step brothers through marriage. Thank you. I'm sure they said that in here too. It sucked to be trapped like that. Like we want right here. Just kind of floating, rotating in a circle. Anybody think that Qui-Gon really would have joined Dooku? Just me get some relationship between Dooku and Qui-Gon and Dooku Jedi Lost. So there you go, Dooku. Just spilling the beans, the secrets. Jar Jar. Me's a joke to you? Darth Sidious. I don't believe you. Weren't. See, I guess he just doesn't know how Yoda and Mace Windu feel. I think he definitely did a better role, Christopher Lee, as Saruman. Here at the Senate building again with Jar Jar giving the pathetic speech. Yoda standing up on a little wall. The Supreme Chancellor. Everybody's so happy. I don't know if those guys are upset or not. I mean, that's what's scary. That's what people don't realize about modern politics today. You never give somebody ultimate power. You never can rely and trust the government. I'll lay down this power. Yeah, all right. See how that turned out. Take what Jedi we have left. Hmm. So I like the political aspect of the prequels. A lot of people couldn't stand them. I enjoy them. Thanks, Jar Jar, for giving Palpatine exactly what he wanted. Yeah, you kind of wonder if he passed him in the hall and he's like, "You will say this." And Jar Jar's like, "Misa, say it for you, Master." Let's go land in that steaming vent. Just hit me, sorry. Yeah, Anakin, good lesson. No point in arguing with a lady. You'll lose every time. Like how that door opens up. It's just so weird. It's different. This is my second, least favorite moment in the movie. I can't stand that opening scene in Coruscant. They're flying through the city on that droid, and then on the speeders, and they keep jumping out. This is the second part. I just can't stand this part. Yeah, the conveyor belt thing. His lightsaber gets chopped in half. C-3PO, completely digital, just falling down, holding on to the ledge. Just looks goofy. Oh, there are things in the walls. Cut that one in half. Yep, and the door locks and the floor disappears, and there they are on the conveyor belt. Anakin, completely hesitated there. Way too long. Why didn't he just jump immediately? It's a Jedi. He didn't have to. He laid on his feet. And then she's trips and falls and just splat. I guess we wouldn't have Luke or Leia. Poggle the Lesser is going to be giving out a lot of victims compensation money for those factory workers. Yeah. A lot of letters sent to families. We're sorry, there's been an incident at work today, and your husband, Daniel, has perished. Yep, here we go. C-3PO stuff. I'm Scrap. I don't like that part. This is goofy. Here we got the surprise that everybody was shocked by. R2's got jets on his legs? You just need to take it like, well, in the original trilogy, they were just rested out. Well, she falls in a little vat of, a big bucket, whatever. Always getting, oh, then your head gets knocked off. Ha ha. And then your body randomly stumbles over, oh, let's go over here, and then stops, turns to get perfectly in line. It freezes the right moment. Not very good execution there. I don't like those blasters that those Geonosians have. Too sci-fi-ish. Whack. Oh, right in the face, your arm. Oh, look, it's like a, what are those called? Crap. My, you get it, like his arm gets stuck in metal casing. It's like, oh, look, it's a foretelling of his arm. I think shooting some hot lava stuff into the buckets. Spew. Like what cheapens this scene is the zoom ups on Padme. It just looks silly. No, not today, Padme. You don't have to melt. You're just gonna get up, fall down, and boom, roll out. Chop chop action. It's like, lucky he didn't lose a hand here. Another whoop whoop, and his lightsaber chopped in half. Does he say not again? Right here. Yeah. So that happens often, getting his lightsaber broken. So it's funny. It's like breaking his lightsaber and jumping out of speeders is a regular thing for Anakin. I hate it when he does that. But here we are. The old famous, truly, what, madly, deeply love you. I'm not afraid to die. Ah, the dialogue hurts. What are you talking about? I love you. This surprise on his face. Me? Huh. Thought we decided we weren't going to do this. Destroy your life. And there's the kiss. It's funny because like that moment is like one of the iconic shots of them, but so tacky dialogue. Cool arena. All those nasty Geonosian insect people. Ugh. I like this exchange here with Obi-Wan. Oh, look, let's just put a pin in her mouth. See? So prepared. Her hair looks like a little bundle of worms in the back of her head. Love how R2 didn't need any credentials to access the factory terminal. Exactly. You gotta wonder how that stuff works. Okay, back. Little girls wake me up needing. Is it my victory dance? Nope. No victory dancing. And I can't imagine having twins, Matt. Yeah, Matt, you came back for the Jedi battle. It's about to begin. Those little the alien thing with the horns just came out, and it's about to make some noise. And it roars. I love the sound of the creatures here. And you got the giant praying mantis thing. The three eyes. The dog or the cat thing with a lizard tail. I don't like that thing. Just got a bad feeling about this. Because you don't need pants for the victory dance. Who said that was. How do you know I'm not wearing pants? I'm just kidding. See, I think isn't that giant praying mantis thing from Felucia? Do you guys know about that? Twins. I know it's what Vader and I have in common. It's true. Chris, my twins will be Christopher Nelson. My twins will be here Sunday. Please wish me luck. Well, Chris, good luck. God bless you and the family, and hope everything turns out perfect. That your wife does well. Well, whack that cat thing. Oh, she just got scratched. The Nemoidians are so happy. The chop action with the praying mantis thing with the teeth. I like how Anakin falls off, but he gets back up and has calms the thing down. I always thought that was a cool scene. The Nexu and the new, and now Poggle's thinking I should just make them sign a waiver. That's good. Bam, rams that pillar down. The Obi-Wan, this mullet. What? I love that part. He just did blood just come out of that thing's face? He pulls the Geonosian off with his spear, and I'm pretty sure his head hit the ground and spewed. So, oh, big creature. The Nexu just stepped on that dude. Throw the chain around, tame that beast, break him. Anakin the cowboy. Ackley appear on Felucia's. Okay, Ackley, the Nexu. What's the Nexu? Is that the three-horn thing? Ackley appear on Felucia in Battlefront 2 from 2005. Okay. Thank you for killing that cat thing. There's actually a praying mantis in Dagobah as well. Huh. See, praying mantis are the only bugs that I like. I hate bugs with a passion. The only things that freak me out. But I'm not like a Nancy about it. Like if I see a spider, I'm not gonna like scream and run away. I'm gonna kill it. You listen to that, space wizard. Droids have been dispatched onto the field. That's lame. Dooku looks so bored. Oh, here we go. The action. This is where the fun begins. Mace Windu. Woo! Ready. So close to cutting his throat. The party's over. No, the party's just getting started. They brought their glow sticks. The next Sue is the cat one. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rob. The Reek is the rhino one. Okay. Now this is pod racing. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool in the background. You see all the Geonosians taking off, taking flight. Coming to those battle droids. I like how Mace Windu does this big old jump and throws his robe off as he's coming down. Well, never mind. He didn't throw it off as he's coming down. It's like when he gets to the ground, he does. Look at all those droids running into the field. Here, Anakin, here's your random lightsaber. Kenobi. There's that C-3PO. Bang, bang. I don't know which one I like better, the green or the blues. Sorry, it just hits me at random times. I don't know if I like the green or the blue saber better. So silly. That's cool. Oh, nice reflection. Definitely like the purple saber. And who's this guy? He's on the council and just get taken out by a shot. Dude, like, just karate kicks a droid over. That's funny. I would love to have seen more Mace Windu, like, fighting. So, is the armor... Sorry. You think I'm dying, and I think that I had the mute button opposite here. Sorry. I would love to see Mace Windu in more fighting sequences, but that never happened. Is the armor that Jango has, is that going to be Boba's armor, or does he have his own? Coleman Trevor. I knew that. Yeah, about as well. You think she's ready to deliver? Yeah, I bet she is. I'm missing some stuff up here in this chat, guys. I'm sorry. My favorite line is the line of coke George must have snorted to hire the actor who played Kitster in episode 1. Worst actor ever. Makes Jake Lloyd look like Marlon Brando. That's pretty good. It happened in the micro series, at least in an awesome way. Okay. Mace fighting. Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Didn't he do a bunch of long jumps or something like that? Cool. Lightsaber twirls again. Boom. I always liked that scene. See, R2, he did the right thing. He could have just left C3PO there, but no. Had to say, I want to look at the stuff in the background. So I never look at the stuff that's going on in the background. It's like Jedi, because they're just waving their lightsabers around, not knowing what to do. Dooku still looks bored, sees what's going on. It's like, huh. Did he just stop them with the Force? What was that point? Kit Fisto. So we didn't really get to see Plo Koon fight much either. BB-8 would have left C-3PO to go get a Republic gunship. Yeah. I actually enjoyed all the jokes from The Last Jedi that C-3PO had a hand in. Some cool stuff here. This is the best part about this movie. The arena scene and then this. Gunships have arrived. Get on in, everybody. Remember when this came out, just like everything looks so freaking cool. Dooku's still bored. Like, well, this didn't go as planned. Chris says, I wish in general that the prequels started with Attack of the Clones so that episode 2 could have been the Clone Wars. Would have loved to see a live action version of that. Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Yeah, if Anakin never was a little boy, but just like started off as the teenager. Really see his anger grow. Plo Koon was part of Kayadamundi's droid control ship strike team. It's a deleted scene. Huh. I don't remember that deleted scene. Yeah, and we would have seen way more Jedi kicking butt. Yeah. Could have had some really cool stuff had they done that. What if Anakin was pissed when everybody was always calling him as good call, my young Padawan. It's like, would you stop saying that? I remember like Death Star up there in the corner. Seeing that was like mind blowing. It's like, whoa. Oh, that ship just blew up. Mace Windu's like, just land, please. Land. Those walkers are pretty neat looking. They could climb walls. They are also very insect-like. You love watching Jake Lloyd go over to the dark side as he got older. Oh, and Anakin. Yeah. Pretty sad. I don't like Kit Fisto for some reason. The camera work in this scene too is just so different. It just like that quick zoom up a couple times. I remember it blew my mind too when I found out that not a single suit was made for the movie. All CGI. I'm not really a fan of any of the droid designs, like at all. Like for the battle droid stuff. The art book for this scene was amazing. They had 500 feet walking droid starfighters in the battle. Wow. If you're Grievous, what part of your body would you want to keep? A rotting, gnarled old heart? I don't know. And did he have his... I guess he had his brain, though, too, right? Hmm. Kaboom! Now, Matt, Chris, you guys would know about ET. Do those droid ships remind you of ET's spaceship? The big round ones? So, Chris, you like Fisto. Would have loved to see him fight underwater with his lightsaber. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that for that series. I think they did that too in the canon comic books, I think. See, look, there goes ET's spaceship. Fisto was underused in the EU. Matt, you don't remember ET that much? I thought you would have loved ET. I brought ET up in the Phantom Menace as well. I mean, who doesn't? When they watch that, you see his species in the Senate room. Kid Fisto is so cool. He didn't immediately die from Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith. Just like I don't know what I don't like about him. Just being picky, I guess. Is E.T. a Force Ghost at the end of Rise of Skywalker 2? No, but he should be. Confuse people even more. Spock was a Force Ghost too? Yeah, no. Just bring in so much stuff. Slimer from Ghostbusters from the final scene. Yeah, yeah. Slimer was there. He was, man, you're killing me here. That'd have been a funny Easter egg, though. Whoop. Oh, there you go, Padme. And her mouth did not move when she was screaming right there. Put the ship down. George Lucas was a Force ghost. You called it. The female Ghostbusters was a Force ghost too. Thank God it died. Yeah, thanks for the cough attack on that one. Right, Anakin. She would do her duty. Now you do yours. Yoda's sensing something's off. I wonder if Yoda has this connection with all the Jedi, or if he's like, I don't know, focusing more on Anakin because he knows that this kid might cause trouble someday. He's just like keeping force tab on the kid, because if he's the prophecy, then they got to know some stuff. He's supposed to be sure of things. No, I'm taking him now. Oh, way to go. Oh, lightning to the face. Ooh, but that didn't feel too good. He's being cocky. See, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours. Does no one care about the clone trooper that fell out? No, they sure don't. Like one down, a couple million to go. Anakin, you're smoking. There's Padme making snow angels in the sand. Come on, ma'am, are you okay? You're just gonna lay there. The part of Padme's shirt that tore off was a Force ghost. I thought that was extreme use of fan service. You go back to see episode 9 again, dress up like the Ghostbusters, and when folks ask you, you'll see why. Holding up a replica ghost trap. Bagging me a Jedi today. You guys are just full of it today. Some good ones. Yeah, that and for all the fans that died inside. Whoop. Slice that saber. Anakin, you're just not that great with keeping your sabers safe. Flashing lights and lightsabers in the dark. Is there like an edit of this clip with Dooku and Anakin with like techno music playing behind? I can't imagine that not being done. Biggest question of the movie: how did Padme know they went to the hangar? That's a good point. Did the ending make you cry, and was a good cry or a bad one? I did not cry. Didn't get teary-eyed at all. I don't really get emotional in movies. Whoop! Yoda stops it, throws it back. Dooku tries again. Let's throw this. Pulling the ceiling apart. Let's drop it on Yoda. Nope. Not gonna happen. Give up, Dooku. I cried at the end of the Clone Wars movie. It was a bad cry. Yeah. I could see that. That was pretty bad. But I watched the Clone Wars in chronological order, which I guess helps people get through it. I like how Yoda can absorb the electricity. I say that to people a lot too. Much to learn you still have. They try to like outwit me. I don't really. I don't. Nope, here's that part. Yoda and Dooku showdown. And flips. Remember how cool this was. People were cheering in the theater. This is why I saw this movie 5 times in theater. Flippity flip. Boom. You got to really be watching after your knees with, pinball Yoda. Yeah. You got to be watching your knees or your shins with, you're fighting Yoda. It's just little things I've never noticed before. Dooku runs up his ship and he stops and he looks back. It looks like Yoda struggles when he's holding things up. Anakin, your arm. How come nobody picked it up? Said, let's go get this sewn back on for you, buddy. It's like, no, hey, we'll get a new one. You get a shiny gold one. Dooku's ship is so weird. It's like a sailboat ship. Like a kite. It has something like solar sails. You saw episode 1 9 times, episode 2 6 times, and episode 3 3 times. Wow, Matt. I can't remember how many times I saw 1 and 3. Episode 1 might have been like twice or something. I wasn't driving at that time. But episode 3, I remember that one, like the premiere mostly for that one. I went to a mall to see it in the theater at the mall. It was like brand new at the time, and the line was wrapped outside around the building. People had their toy lightsabers. It was fun. Which I think we talked about in a civilized discussion not too long ago. Episode 4 and 5, you saw twice, once in 97 and once when they first came out. Wow. That's pretty awesome. I just saw them once, I think 4, 5, and 6 once in theater. Obviously, the 1997 special editions. Or my dad took me to those. Return of the Jedi, you saw 3 times when it first came out, and one more in 97. That's really cool. Did you ever keep your ticket stubs for those movies? I did that for the longest time. Ooh, Dooku meets with Sidious. You've done well. I'd like to get a video of just like all Sidious clips combined. I like that stuff, the dark side stuff. Nice looking sunset there on Coruscant. You never kept the original stubs. Wasn't a thing back then. Dang it. Yeah. I've got a bag somewhere down full of all my old ticket stubs and like concert ticket stubs. Like when it comes to concerts, the band I've seen the most was Aerosmith. I've got like 4 ticket stubs from Aerosmith concerts. Mace Windu looks so relaxed, just leaning up against the window. Doesn't really care. They just offended Yoda. The word of victory. Begun the Clone Wars have. Such a cool shot right here. Big ships taking off, being loaded up with clones. Imperial March playing. Foreshadow. That's the word I was looking for earlier on in the video. Some senators looking out. Darth Sidious. Happy to be there. Kept the ones from 90s, your ticket stubs from 97. Burn the Clone Wars ticket. Destroy the evidence that you ever saw it in theaters. Rob, I really like the Attack of the Clones. Whenever people say it's the worst Star Wars movie, I'm like, sad voice, no, it's not. Matt Wilkins, most embarrassing movie you saw in theaters? Man, I think it was like this horror movie called Darkness or something. It was a long time ago, probably early 2000s. I remember we saw it, me and my sister and a couple cousins. And we're like, wow, that movie was so bad. I don't remember really anything about the movie. I blocked it out of my mind. Oh, they're married now. They broke the rules. They're kissing. Ew. C-3PO and R2. Hand on the dome. Oh, happily ever after. Any other movies that I saw that were really embarrassing that I can think of? I can't think of any. Like, most awkward experience was the Titanic. Or probably the Clone Wars for you. And it's over, guys. The screenplay by George Lucas and Jonathan Hales. Produced by Rick McCallum. I wonder what happened to that guy. Is he still working or is he retired? Is he still alive? But yeah, the Titanic was the most embarrassing movie moment. It's like, you like, I can't remember how old I was when that came out, but I remember going with my mom and my sister. And you get the topless scene, and I'm like, you're like, music by John Williams. I'm so glad John Williams did the music for the entire saga. Was Stinky the Hut a Force Ghost at the end of the movie? No. Actually, I don't want to get into spoilers with the Rise of Skywalker. I'll just say I was surprised by the lack of Force Ghosts in The Rise of Skywalker. Rick left after the Disney takeover. Okay. Guess he would have had to with the old Kathleen Kennedy. Christopher Lee as Saruman. I mean, Count Dooku. See, I could sit down and listen to the credits or watch the credits to all the Star Wars movies because it just plays the music and it's so nice to listen to. And the soundtrack for Rise of Skywalker was actually really good. About that sound, it's only $9.99 on iTunes. So I don't know if it's on sale or if they just wanted to sell it cheaper. You can see Rick McCallum at the end of episode 9 as a Force Ghost. Yeah, his career. No, I don't know what he's doing now, but that was fun, guys. Sorry I was sick when I did this. Hacking it up and wiping my nose a lot. The next movie I'll do this watch along with is Revenge of the Sith. Don't know when that'll be. Be nice if I could do it next week. I don't know. We'll see. This week wasn't the best for doing one of these. I know a lot of people were out at the movies this weekend or doing something else on a Friday evening. People like me, and I'm sure you other dads, have nothing better to do on a Friday night but sit at home and take care of the family. Christopher, stay to the end of the credits. Tony Stark asked Anakin to join the Avengers Initiative. Yeah. And yeah, with Mace Windu is going to be in the back too, right? So I like the music. The music in episode 2, there's some good moments. It's not the greatest. Disney Plus is pretty cool. It's got a lot of stuff on, a lot of material on here. I did a live stream earlier today. Like a 10-minute. I watched a new Star Wars thing called Blips. It's one season of 1-minute videos. I can't remember how many episodes there were, but it's not impressive. It's definitely for kids, and it's BB-8 was the main character. Porkins appears as a Force ghost. Yeah, Porkins. Poor old Porkins. It's like, did they find a larger guy for that role and just like, can we make a fat joke out of you? He's like, yeah, you call me Porkins. No, I am staying home on Saturday afternoon waiting to pick up the kids for a birthday party. I hope you have fun at the birthday party. Watching Darkwing Duck, Disney Plus, not as good as I remember. Yeah, when you rewatch some of these things, they're not that great. I was watching, I put on DuckTales, The Lost Lamp. Can't remember the exact title. Guess I'm on here. I could see it. Adventures of the Lost Lamp, maybe. But the kids did not care to watch it. They just rather play with their Legos. So whatever. Don't know how I can go back out of the screen. Yeah, that was the Attack of the Clones, episode 2. I enjoy watching these movies again. DuckTales, the movie, Treasures of the Lost Lamp. That one. Kids wouldn't watch it. And it wasn't as good as I remembered it, but, that nostalgia. You're like, oh, I love this. Man, how does DuckTales hold up after all these years? Does Revenge of the Sith have a Twinkie ship? I don't know. We're going to discover that next time. So, Matt and Chris, since you guys joined in, me and Rob were discussing that somebody in production had a thing for Twinkies because in episode 1, there's a ship. It's like a red ship at the close to the end. Looks like a Twinkie. They painted red, threw some stuff on the back of it to look like engines. And then there was a ship on Coruscant. No, a Naboo that pulls up that Anakin and Padme are on. It looks like a Twinkie. It's like same old guys, like, old, hey, Frank. You're Frank, right, with the Twinkie? Yeah, come here. And they spray paint these Twinkies different colors and make them ships. So, yeah, let's see. It's a good thing to look out for in the next one, episode 3. Yeah, DuckTales is a fun show. Tailspin surprised me, however. Strong world building and interesting plots for the kids' show. Emperor Voss, my wife did not want me to get Disney Plus, but I caught her watching High School Musical last night. My wife was like, we're not paying for another subscription service. It's $6.99. It's one less coffee a week that I'd have to buy. On season 5 of Magnum P.I. Excellent. So wild. I hate a Twinkie wiener sandwich. You ate a Twinkie wiener sandwich for lunch today. Tomorrow, you're going to teach poodles how to fly. Okay. All right. A Twinkie wiener sandwich sounds absolutely disgusting. I have a little Hostess. What do you guys like better, Hostess or Little Debbie's? Prefer Twinkies are cool. There's a Twinkie in Ghostbusters. It's one of my favorite lines in a movie. It's kind of funny. I mean, one of my favorite lines from a movie is, "What about the Twinkie?" I like Twinkies. I think the flavors changed. Either my taste buds have changed or the flavors changed. Not as good as they used to be. Never saw VHF, the movie I see. No, I have not. Was that the one with Weird Al? Yeah, can't put a wiener into something so sweet. Yeah. Just throw that wiener between two buns and lather it with ketchup and mustard. So the only other thing that I've been watching on Disney Plus is Rebels. I started watching Rebels, and the episode that I'm on is I just finished episode 8, Empire Day. So I'll need to keep watching that. I think there's 4 seasons of that. It's just kind of like how I felt with the Clone Wars series. It's like, it's just okay. Yeah, the riots in the streets when the hostess went out of business. Yeah, I know. Remember the shelves really dried up with those Twinkies. Everybody just went out and bought them. There's just probably did they really sell out, or is that just like a marketing thing? Pentagon has Weird Al and Wilfred Brimley as guest attending. So went to go. Pentagon. Don't know what that is. Some convention? Box of Twinkies went for $1,500 on eBay. That's crazy. Wonder if anybody bought those. The National... Where'd that comment just go? The National Geographic docs on various space programs. Get an autograph from Noah from Ewoks Battle for Endor. You know, I had that movie, those movies, DVD, a long time ago, and then I don't know what happened to them. Somehow my wife talked me into selling them at a garage sale. So I did. And then I realized my mistake and found one copy in all these different stores. Make phone calls. They had to do special delivery stuff. But I got my copy back. Not my original copy, but a copy of the movie back. Made me happy. And I still have it in its wrapper. Never opened it up. See, Chris, you watched the Rebels recently. Had some guests who wouldn't leave, so I turned it on, and they ran out of the house. That's funny. Emperor Voss, you're pissed off that Resistance Season 2 is not on Disney Plus yet. It's not? And they're not showing on any TV station. That's weird. I guess it was part of that, was it Disney series or Disney Channel that they had? I don't know. Matt, you play Rebels to put your girls to sleep at night? Didn't that give them nightmares? Some of these kids shows I'm not too impressed by. Like, even with the Clone Wars, there's some episodes that I find pretty cool, but the majority of it, I'm just like, I could pass. I haven't got to any of the Thrawn stuff in Rebels yet. I was never happy with the fact that they brought Darth Maul back in the Clone Wars. That giant spider legs thing was just so goofy. You play Rebels to put your girl... you already read that one. Don't tempt me, I'll put Rebels on. Or do you prefer The Last Jedi? I don't prefer either one, really. I don't like The Last Jedi. It had its moments where there were certain parts that were fine, but that movie hurt. That movie hurt the fandom hardcore. People were so disappointed in that. And I believe that the Rise of Skywalker is suffering because of that. I mean, I don't know what the box office is really like. I know the voices on Twitter are pretty loud that's saying, "Oh, this movie sucks," but the score, or the audience score, isn't too bad. The last I saw, it was like 84% or something like that. I'm going to check real quick. The critics gave it a 57, and the audience score right now is 86%. So people like it. Twitter just doesn't. Twitter hates it. The Return of Darth Maul, you agree? Yeah. Darth Maul in both Clone Wars and Rebels. I haven't seen him in Rebels yet. I mean, there's been some cool things with him, I guess, like later on in the Clone Wars, but it's still just unrealistic to me. Like, I can't get past it. Definitely looks cooler with the 2 legs than like 6 or 8. Chris think that episode 9 will do fine. Who doesn't want to see Maul's spider legs come back to the Force Ghost? Yeah. Just his legs turn into the Ghost. Emperor False, Thrawn in Rebels is not the best. Makes it too easy for the group to escape. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard he's inconsistent. Like, the character's inconsistent with Rebels versus the novels. Like, the new novels. He knows absolutely everything there is to know. And in Rebels, he's just kind of like lets people get away. And people's like, oh, he's doing it on purpose. Probably not. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. It is now midnight. Tired. And it's getting harder to talk. So thank you for joining. I can't wait to do this again. Hopefully next week. But I'd like to do this on more than just Star Wars movies, too. I'll do the shorts. Find some other stuff. I wanted to do a Christmas movie. I thought that would have been fun, but I just don't think I'm going to have the time to pull off a Christmas movie this year. Maybe next year. Maybe do some horror movies. I feel like every time I say horror, I'm saying like horror. I think I brought that up in another video too. Good night and Merry Christmas. Emperor Voss, same to you. Have a good night and a Merry Christmas. And that goes for all the other ones as well if I don't talk to you first. Before Christmas, hope you all have a good one. And Chris, keep us posted on the babies and the mama. And how you're doing too. If you need to talk about anything, give us a call. Watch Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation is my absolute favorite Christmas movie. I love it so much. Guys, I better turn this off before I have another cough attack, which I feel coming. Have a good one, guys. And thank you.